I'm Matthew Reston. I'm the Special Operations Officer for the Colonial Chapter. I'm here with Garland Kent. Would you like to please introduce yourself?
Hi, as you said, my name is Garland Kent. I'm currently the Section C-6A Chief. So basically for the state of Indiana, a little bit of Michigan, we run the Order of the Arrow.
All right, very nice. And what's it like being the section chief?
Being a section chief is interesting. If you take advantage of the position, you can do a ton. If you work hard at it, it's really up to the person who's in the position on how much they do and how much they enjoy it. But I would say for 95% of people, it's one of the greatest experiences you can have in the Order of the Arrow. And the opportunity to help support lodges, to help bring back the Order of the Arrow and really help make it successful is one of the greatest journeys we can embark on. And I think being section chief really allows us to not only help, but to serve.
All right, very nice. Well, this is a pandemic going on right now. So what have you been doing during the COVID-19 outbreak?
Well, we sadly we just canceled our conclave for the safety of our lodges and our brothers. But besides that, and dealing with all of that, I'm currently staying inside, as you do. I've ordered DoorDash more times than I can count, and also trying to plan for NOAC at home remotely, and some other things going on in the OA, along with helping out on the central region with communications and some other things.
All right. Another question for you. What advice would you give new Arrowmen who haven't yet gotten involved with the Order of the Arrow?
New Arrowmen that haven't yet gotten involved with the Order of the Arrow, but they've been called out.
They've been called out, yes. But what would you tell them about the Order of the Arrow?
I would tell them it's an opportunity. It's a place where you can learn what you love to do, learn how to work with a team, how to become a leader. I mean, before I started in the Order of the Arrow, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't have very many leadership abilities, and now fast forward to where I am today, and where this is a lot of people's journeys. I know that I love graphic design. I love leading teams. I love working on teams. I love web design. And there's a ton of other things that I would have never learned. I would have never been able to experience without being in the Order of the Arrow. And it's going to change my life, and it has changed my life forever. So I think the opportunities are endless. And if they can see that and they can take advantage of that, it'll change their life. So that's what I would tell them.
Very insightful. What advice would you give to scouts that have maybe lost touch with the Order of the Arrow?
It all goes back to, why are we doing this, right? Why are we involved? Why are we giving cheerful service? Why are we the Order of the Arrow? And for someone who's lost touch, why does it matter? And at the end of the day, I would encourage them. I would say, hey, the Order of the Arrow is more, not just about service, not just about cleaning up summer camp or something like that. It's more so a brotherhood, and I'd even call it a family. And being a part of that family means so much more, and gives so much more meaning to the service that we do. It enables us to truly work together, to have these bonds where I might not see you for a year, but when I do see you in a year, it's like we just picked up. It's like we never left off, and it's a brotherhood, it's a family, and again, the opportunities way outweigh any other organization I have seen. So that's what I would do. I'd encourage them and say, this is a family, it's a brotherhood.
How would you say the Order of the Arrow differs from other youth programs?
It's the only, I've been asked this question a couple times, and I keep going back to the fact it is the only organization that's not about, how popular are you, what do you do? It's more so about, do you embody the values, cheerfulness, brotherhood, and service of the Order of the Arrow? And if you embody that and you work hard, you do, and are a great example to the scouts around you, it not only allows you to become a leader as a youth, but it changes your life. And that's a key distinction, because a lot of leadership programs nowadays, they don't necessarily have that family aspect, or they don't believe that youth can change the world around us. And I think the OA allows us to somewhat change lives to change the world.
What personally made you involved with the Order of the Arrow, or what was the start to your OA experience?
Well, my start to the OA is different from most people. I actually so I was a Sash and Dash. I got involved. I went through my ordeal, and that was it. I got my pretty white sash, and I said, you know what? I'm happy. I'm done. I'm not going to pay dues or anything like that. And I had a good friend who who was also involved in the OA, and he kept asking me to go to this event called Section Conclave. It was the next event after my ordeal. And I told him, no, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to do it. And he kept texting me about it. And finally, he made me the deal. He said, Garland, I tell you what, if you go to Section Conclave, I won't ask you to go to another event ever again. And I said, okay, all right, well, then let's do it. And so looking forward about a week out to Section Conclave, and I get a text from my good friend, and he says, can't wait for this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And I responded, and we had a great conversation. And then later that night, I get a call that Ethan, my friend, had been hit by a car and had passed away. And in that moment, I thought to myself, why me? Why did he try and get me to an event when he had so many other things he could worry about, when there were so many other people to worry about, and so many other things he could have been doing with his life? Why me? And I came to the conclusion that he embodied what the OA truly represents: cheerfulness, brotherhood, and service. And I didn't actually want to go to Section Conclave after that. Later that night, he passed away. And I ended up still attending Section Conclave, and it absolutely changed my perspective on the OA. It changed how I got involved, and allowed me to get involved on the level that I am today. And I wouldn't be the man I am today, I wouldn't be the person I am today, and I wouldn't be the leader I am today without that experience. And not everyone's going to go through that experience, but it's important when you have an experience like that, when you have something terrible happen in your life or something like that, the best thing we can do is not defining or not letting our faults and our doubts define us, and instead keep moving forward. And so that event allowed me to keep moving forward, and also allowed me to truly take root and hold on to what the Order of the Arrow provides and what it represents. So that's how I got involved.
One last closing question. What's been your favorite either event or memory of the Order of the Arrow?
Oh, favorite event or memory? I loved NOAC 2018. I think it was my first national National Order of the Arrow conference, and that's what really got me kind of to see what all and who all is in the OA. A lot of times we can go to these, we can go to lodge events or chapter events or even section events, and we still never see what the Order of the Arrow is. How many people are actually involved. And when you go to a NOAC, when you go to a national event, you see that. You see the opportunity of what I would call a lifetime. There's not many people. Some people go to every NOAC, some people only go to one. But every single person gets to see what the Order of the Arrow is all about. And all of our brothers coming together, giving service, having fun. And that there's nothing that quite beats that. Besides Section Conclave. But yeah, NOAC 2018.
Do you have anything else you want to say about the Order of the Arrow?
I would say I love the program. I really do. It's the only program like it out there. There's a reason we've been around for 100 years. There's a reason we're still going to be around for the next 100 years, regardless of what the media says, regardless of how things might look right now. The Order of the Arrow, the Boy Scouts of America, as the organization as a whole, has always gotten through some of these tough times. And I would say at the end of the day, we're going to get through this upcoming events that we have going on, and we're going to be better than ever. So yeah, I think that's all. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And for everyone watching, thank you for watching.